Las Vegas at the GCA show. After 2 years of hiatus, we're back in Vegas. World's largest cardboard trade show booth. Live here in Martinsville, Indiana. Live from Norwood Royal Cigars.
When you guys said, you know, we want you to come on the show once a month, I was like, dude, this is it.
Happy afternoon here from cloudy Florida.
Happy afternoon.
Happy afternoon.
Presented by Kristoff Cigars, along with Hiram Solomon Cigars, and coming to you live from the Corona Cigar Company studios.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another fantastic show, if I do say so myself. We are pretty excited with our special guest tonight, Dr. Garo, which has been in the business for 25 years, plus years, I guess you can say. A friend of ours, a sponsor of ours, and we're pretty excited to have him on this evening. He is in what I like to say sunny Florida, but it's only 59 degrees, so he's freezing his butt. It still could be sunny. Sunny California.
Sunny and cold.
You're thinking about warm.
Florida.
I said Florida.
There we go.
All right.
Drink.
Let's drink.
Drink.
Ronnie. There you go. But yes, he's a little bit cold out there. And Bob and Frank are not doing well down there with the weather, too.
Florida. No, we're expecting a little, tropical storm that's going to be potentially a Category 1 hurricane.
Yeah. Well, you know why that is, because that name is my ex, her Nicole. I mean, she's coming in to fuck your shit up.
That's because you know this guy.
You're not here right now.
She should have
bring that shit to Chicago.
Well, welcome aboard, everybody. I ask you to please hit the share button. Let's get all your friends on your list to watch this show tonight and listen to a fantastic gentleman who knows his industry really well and just a super guy in general. So yes, we'll have Dr. Garo coming on soon.
If you ever needed an adjustment, you know where to go, right?
Well, you need an adjustment right now.
Not an attitude adjustment, but, he's a master in chiropractic. I know from what Kyle was telling me, he was doing all kinds of chiropractic maneuvers on people over at Smoke the Creek there in Martinsville. So he was doing his chiropractic thing. So
he's got magic hands.
Val was like doubling over in pain, and Garo was like, lay down, and he's like did a couple adjustments, and then all of a sudden it was like, boom, Jesus said walk.
No, Garo says walk.
Garo says walk.
Between the three doctors, we got Garo walks, then you have Dr. Oscar Rotz, who does the operation inside for you to get up and go like Frankenstein.
Frankenstein?
Well, you got to get going, when you're dead, he makes the big thing live.
It does. It looks like we're
separated.
Yeah. Bob's at his house, Frank's at his place.
Well, folks, they're not split. They're right there live and in person.
Why do we have a split screen?
Too much to drink, Bob.
We paid extra for that.
I think he's still celebrating his birthday with all that alcohol.
That's true.
We apologize that we don't have our usual banner up for Corona, but tonight is a kind of crappy night
windy
here.
Yeah,
windy and raining, so we didn't take a chance putting that up because we'd probably be wearing it.
That's true.
Well, anyway, thank you again, everybody, for joining. We're going to have an exciting show here. Again, I just want to keep saying, hit the share button. And for all of you that don't know yet, we are now on Rumble. So you can go over there and register for free. And, we all have friends who do not have Facebook. But if they want to check us out, you got YouTube, you got Rumble, you got Twitch live. Then you can all see us on all the other social media 24/7. And, hey, we're in 65 countries around the world. Let's enjoy it. Let's get us out there. We just got back from an incredible 2-day event down
before we
Tampa.
get too far into that, let's get into our sponsor break here.
I was going to do that and then go to the sponsors.
Yeah, but you know, we'll get things going here. We'll get things moving. I mean,
All right.
we got a tight show.
Yeah,
here.
he wants to go home.
I want to
Okay.
get Dr. Garo on. I want to hear from
let's
the
see who's
master.
here today. We got Chad, who's been winning lately.
Yeah, Chad's
Yeah.
been winner.
Chad's been
Welcome,
winning.
Chad, the man.
We got Chris. He's on
He's
Yo-Yo
in Delaware
Boy.
freezing his ass off at the fire pit.
He is, and
Yeah.
it wouldn't be the Great Lakes Smoke Show anymore because we're now the Great Cigar and Pipe Show.
That's right.
So we have, of course, the Earthling, himself.
The Martian.
And
I'm going to call him the Martian. If we're the Earthling, then he's the Martian.
Yeah, he
Martian
thought we were going to
Bruce.
be on the rails. We're never on the rails, Bruce. You should know that by now. Stop when you cough. Don't cough into the mic,
I
will you?
didn't.
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah.
Take it easy. Take it easy.
Well, pull it away. You know, it sounds like a thunderstorm in here.
Or hit your mute button. Make yourself a mute.
There you go. Oh,
That's
Chris
what my life has
Cutler.
become.
How are you, Chris? Got a few more people joining on board here. So we're just waiting for everybody to jump on. And that's why we have this 5 minutes ahead of time. And before we go to the sponsors, we'll make sure more people jump on and get a chance to definitely listen to.
See, we're losing
Garo.
viewers. The more you talk, we're losing.
The more you talk, Ronnie, the less people want to hear.
I'm going to smoke. You know, forget about it. You know what? You want to go to the sponsors? We go to the sponsors. All right.
Howard G Cigars is a dynamic new cigar brand grown from a love for cigar culture and a respect for the artisanship behind the craft. We are a minority-owned family business based in Orlando, Florida. Our current collection delivers 3 exclusive lines: Black Moses, Magic Stick, All Pro Series, featuring Leon Searcy's signature cigar and Ike Taylor's one-of-a-kind.
You got the one-of-a-kind rankings. They got me at 89. I'm cool with that.
We are focused on evolving as a dynamic brand and bringing you new flavor-filled blends that you'll enjoy and want to share. Visit our website at www.howardgcigars.com. You can find a full list of our retail partners there too. Thank you for making us part of your humidor. DAV Cigars out of New York. Decades of experience combined with true love and deep understanding of cigars result in the highest of standard of each DAV hand-rolled cigar.
This is Phil Morgan, General Manager of Missouri Meerschaum Corncob Pipes in Washington, Missouri. Our mission since 1869 has been to produce great smoking pipes that anyone can afford. We guarantee our pipes won't be your most expensive, but they just might be the ones you smoke the most. At Missouri Meerschaum Company, we don't just sell our corncob pipes, we grow them, make them, and smoke them. Missouri Meerschaum, Washington, Missouri, since 1869.
Loyalty, passion, courage. These are the founding principles of K by Karen Berger Cigars. The Maduro, the Habano, and the newly rated 93 by Cigar Journal Connecticut. Do yourself a favor and check out this wonderful line of cigars that come from a completely linear company from seed to your hands. Blue Smoke Atlanta is the vision of Robin Blue, founder and CEO, and represents an award-winning luxury smoking accessory line based in Atlanta and sold worldwide. Since 2019, Blue Smoke Atlanta's goal was to redefine traditional smoking accessories into a timeless collection of exquisitely handcrafted luxury products to include cigar pokers, cannabis clips, jewelry, and other awesome things. For an elevated smoking experience, visit us at www.bluesmokeatl.com.
At Mountain Smoke Premium Tobacco, we specialize solely in the finest hand-rolled, craft, and boutique cigars on the market. Mountain Smoke Premium Tobacco is sure to have something that will excite you. Shop our online humidor at www.mountainsmokewd.com.
And we are back, folks. And wait a minute, before we even begin, Ronnie did not introduce the rest of us or any of us.
No,
so
he went right
I'm
into
going
it.
to do
Too busy making
He's
mistakes.
Too busy yapping. I am, of course, Cousin Frank. Hello. And to my this side of the split screen is retired Bob.
How you doing, folks?
And way over there in the land of Chicago, the cold tundra, we have my cousin Ron Pecorini. right over there.
Thank you.
And none other than Kyle. We're gonna nickname him now.
Oh,
Kyle Lancero.
No.
the Lancero
Jesso.
Jesso.
I thought it was
Jesso Lancero.
Jesso
Jesso Lancero. He is
What's
the new.
happening?
That's him.
That's his new name. now.
Jesso Lancero. It rhymes
All right.
too, Bob.
It
Very
does.
nicely done. Thank you,
Yes,
Bob,
yes,
for
yes.
that.
Thank you,
go.
Frank.
Very
Thank you.
nice. Very nice.
Very good. Very good.
And now that we all have been introduced, I think we should really introduce the main man, the main event, our friend, the one, the only, Dr. Garo. How are you, Doctor?
How are you?
The crowd is going wild. We won the World Series.
First of all, I thought it was you guys were two different places.
It does look that way.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
He fooled me. I said, why they're not together?
This is what you call behind the scenes.
Well, welcome. Thank you so much for taking your time and joining us on the show tonight. We talked earlier. I know it's a little cool for you. Usually you're outside in that beautiful gazebo. of
Yeah,
yours.
usually.
And
I'm in the office today.
I see that. I see that.
That's nice. I like the office. You have are all those journals medical journals, chiropractic journals?
Yes, they are the medical journals, but next door it's my real office, which are the cigar place.
There you go. That's
Why
what you
do I
really
see
want to do.
Playboy by
those
years
Playboy
over
books?
there.
Wait a minute.
Don't talk about it.
His wife is listening. Shh, quiet. So how you doing? How things going? I know you've been on a whirlwind trip back and forth to the Dominican Republic, checking out on cigars, getting things ready. I mean, from California to DR, that's a long trip, man. You get a lot of jet lag.
Well, I mean, that's right, Ronnie. But when you're passionate about something you do, the trip or the length of the trip really doesn't matter. It's really kind of puts you in a place that you want to do it. See, it's when people, they say passion. I mean, I talk the talk and walk the walk because I'm passionate what I do, and I have the same feeling I had when I started 26 years ago.
Wow.
The cigars. And it started by somebody told me I couldn't do it, and somebody challenged me. So, and the rest was history.
That's the best when you get challenged and prove them wrong.
Yeah.
And they can shove it in their face. Like, look
So-
it, I did it.
How did you go from somebody making that challenge? That's a big step to taking it and creating a cigar company for yourself and then learning the trade.
Well, theoretically, I've been smoking from the late 70s.
Oh,
Theoretically.
Yeah,
Now,
theoretically.
When you're back in college, you started
Yeah.
smoking.
Well, actually, when I graduated high school.
Okay.
So, high school, the first thing I did, I'd smoke a cigar because I was fortunate enough because my cousins, they were 20 years older than me. One of them was a very successful architect, and the other one was the vice governor of the Central Bank of Lebanon. So
Nice.
kind of we had that they had cigars, and I always infatuated with the smell and the way they smoked every time I went to their house. So when I graduated high school, I could get a couple of cigars of Romeo Julieta Churchill tubos, and I smoked them.
Nice.
And that's the beginning of my cigar smoking.
Wow.
And what a passion you took it to the next level. At what point did you decide, okay, this is something I really want to get into?
Well, after practicing chiropractic for 10 years, I decided to go back to medical school. So I started medical school in St. Petersburg, Russia.
Wow.
And then I found out a couple of friends of mine, colleagues, they said, oh, they have the same school in Dominican Republic. I said, that's closer to the family. I had 3 kids. They were young. I had to communicate with them. So I went and down to Dominican Republic, checked the school. I liked it. So I kind of signed up with it. And we were staying at the Dominican Fiesta Hotel. So at that time, you used to smoke in the lobby. Nobody had an issue. So I used to smoke my cigars, have a glass. And this guy comes in and asks me, would you like to sell my cigars in the States? I told him, listen, I might be knowledgeable about some tobacco because that's my passion, but I'm not a salesman. And I give him the leave me alone. But he insisted coming every day and asking me the same question.
Wow.
And it was a Wednesday night. I was kind of burned out. I said, okay, so if you teach me the trade, the ropes of the trade. And now from theoretically, I'm going to practicality.
Right.
So I called my friend, Dr. O. I said, Dr. O, tomorrow is microbiology class. Take all the freaking notes. I'm not coming to the class. I'm going to Santiago.
So you were in medical school with Dr. Oscar?
No.
A different doctor.
Different doctor. Dr. O.
Oh,
okay.
He's a Korean doctor. Yeah.
Not O for Oscar.
Not O for Oscar. So the next day, I was fortunate enough, rest in peace, I met Sergio Cuevas. He was the first guy who kind of introduced me to the cigars, to the world of the cigar, because the minute I went there, I felt the passion and the love he had for the industry.
Right.
And we spoke for a length, of course, at that time with broken Spanish and translation. But we got by because, it's amazing with cigars, you can achieve anything.
Yeah,
like, you can start talking languages that you never spoke.
The language of belief is universal.
I know. So I started with the Blue Line in 1996. I remember the first cigar event I did, there were 7 people only.
Wow.
And my friend who had the restaurant says, we'll do it as if we have 150 people. We had 7-course meal. We had the ribs, all kinds, drinks, everything. After a month and a half, we did another one. We got 150 people.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wow.
So the word got around. And then we start slowly, one line after the other. And
now, did you do that event in the Dominican, or you did the event
in LA?
In LA. Wow.
LA. In Dominican, we did between the doctors going to medical school in the hotel.
Well, that's a good way to introduce some cigars to folks that can give you some criticism, because it's always good to hear feedback from people right there, right in the moment.
Well, that's right. And I am open to constructive criticism.
Right.
I never get offended if somebody tells me something.
Right.
Because what it is, again, even learning a language or talking a language, if I'm saying it wrong, please correct me. I have no problem. I don't get offended.
Right.
With the cigars, I tell them, listen, if there's something constructive, you don't have to kind of tell me, oh, it's good. No, if there's something wrong, please tell me, because what it is, either I will explain it to you why you're having that issue, or something is going on. I have to pay more attention, because it was a learning process. So I've learned. That's why I keep going every month, every other month, to go there to learn. And every day I learn something. I never consider myself totally knowledgeable. I know a lot, but there's, on the other hand, I know a lot that I don't know. Right. So every day it's something new. Everybody, sometimes they come up with the new ideas, with the new cross with the seed. They can hibernate something new. You know, it's every day there's something new.
Right.
And for 15, 16 years, I was doing it in one manufacturers.
Right.
Then I had to make a drastic change to kind of rebrand myself.
Gotcha.
Unfortunately, I thought working for 15 years with the same people, they would know what you're expecting.
Right.
And my worst, I would never keep it secret. My worst day was a weekend in New York and New Jersey.
Oh boy, of all places, right town.
I had 4 or 5 cigar events, and I had to pick up the freaking tobaccos from those boxes.
Wow.
They weren't the tobacco that I, was asking or, blended with them.
Wow.
Oh boy.
So it was a decision that I had to make to rebrand myself.
Right.
And that's why if you see in the line, there's a 27 box, there's an 18 box, there's a 24 box. Just I made it those differences so that people, they would get away from the regular 25 boxes I used to have.
Right.
And I came up with the one simple logo that has different colors.
Right.
Yeah, so this way it will be more universal. And then I start calling them the colors of Garo instead of colors of Benetton. So,
There you go.
That's great.
Have you seen a major shift? Because I know when we were smoking back in the 90s with the original boom, a lot of cigars that were coming out of the Dominican, because they had to be rushed because demand was so high, we saw that there was definitely a lot of cigars that hit the market that really never should have been there. And it turned me off to boutique brands because I was smoking Padrones all the time. That's all I smoked. And anytime I ventured out in the 90s, I got disappointed. And Padron kind of set the standard for me in the 90s. And it really isn't until this renaissance that we're having now that I've come to appreciate the true artistry that the boutique brands are making, like yourself, because I think the boutique brands now, and I think just the science behind it and the quality control is so much better today than it was back in the 90s. Do you see that difference too?
I see that difference because, Frank, let me tell you about the 90s when the boom started. And the late 90s, everybody in the Dominican, everybody wanted to make cigars. And everybody started going down there to buy cigars. And everybody at the corner, mom and pop, they were creating factories to make cigars, and they were blending different kinds of tobaccos, different kinds of leaves. And since everybody was wanting to have a stick in their stores or liquor stores, they were buying all the bundles, whatever came out.
Right.
So when the boom stopped, a lot of people, at the late 99, 2000, slowly everything slowed down. People realized that, whatever they had is not selling now.
Right.
So they figured that out. At that time, if you look at the history, at that time, slowly the Nicaraguans start going forward.
Right.
I always tell everybody, the Dominicans were their own worst enemy.
Right.
They shot their own feet because they had one of the best tobacco. Remember, if a guy coming who smoked all my life, Cuban, creme de la creme in the 80s.
Right.
And coming and comparing at that time, I knew that Nicaraguan tobacco were good, but still they had the insecticide, all this, but they were good, close to Cuban tobacco. But when I found out about more Dominican in the 90s, it became so good that, you could really enjoy the smoke with the Dominican. And they had a lot of good cigars in the beginning. As the boom started going on, all this rush came, and that's what it shot their own feet. And that's why everything slowed down. But now, the way I see a lot of boutique cigars, still I see some people, they just go and get cigars and put their labels on. They don't know about the blend. They just want to be in the business.
Right.
I have nothing to say. They want to do business. But on the other hand, I see a lot of people, which I admire and really respect. I see the passion in them. I see that they really want to give something out and talk about, because some people that I know, even if they're 50 years or second year tobacco. They haven't smoked it. They don't know what the taste is. But
Right.
they're selling cigars.
Right.
So this is what, when you say boutique, I like to see those boutique guys really involved, and I see it more and more happening, and less with happening, those non kind of interested guys that they want to be in the business. That's fine. You can't help it.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
But I see the changes going to the better.
Yes.
I think
agree.
one of the problems back in the 90s too was what you said. People were rushing the product, and there was a lack of aging. I remember smoking some cigars that you could smell the ammonia still coming out of it. It was premature. Just ship them out. They didn't care.
I'm not gonna give names. I'm not gonna think even at Martinsville.
Right.
And not that they asked my opinion. I gave them my opinion to them straightforward. They had cigars there. They asked me to smoke, and I left my cigars and I smoked them. I said, "Are you ready to listen what I'm going to tell you? I'm not criticizing. I want you to be there. I feel confident in my own skin. So any brand comes up, that's okay. I'm okay with whoever comes. I'm not threatened or whatever." So after smoking, and I told him what he did, he was resistant. Then he admitted that they just received those tobacco and gave it to the public.
Oh boy.
And I said, you shouldn't have done.
Yeah.
I want to hear. I want you to talk about your cigars, make it a mystique. It's not available.
Yeah.
Right.
Talk about it. Leave it there for 3 months.
Yes.
And give them, because now I'm being critical to you because I want you to improve yourself. But if a regular guy, a smoker, a consumer, retailer smokes yours, what's going to happen? They're going to say,
nope.
Shit.
Yep.
Never going to give him a chance again.
Yeah,
most
well,
people.
They'll never
thank you.
smoke it again.
I mean,
plain
and
simple.
you know how hard it is to get facing space at the retail level. So you know that you have to put your best foot forward if you're presenting a product to retailers, so that they would even consider giving you some facing space.
Sure.
So I think that was kudos for you for actually making that person aware that, hey, this probably wasn't the best thing to do. And I love your idea of, hey, even though you booked the event, show up, have some literature, and say, you know what? Because people will respect this. I'll have my cigars ready. I tried it. It just wasn't. It had to rest.
Yeah.
And people respect that.
Yeah.
Because then they know that you're being honest with them, and you're not rushing a product to market, because that's the biggest mistake you can make on any product, whether it's a cigar or something else.
Do it right or don't do it at all.
Exactly.
Plain and simple.
A lot of people go on first impressions, and now I don't know who you were talking about, but everybody who tried that cigar, he's going to have a hard time trying to win them back.
Well, I mean, and all of us, I mean, at one time or another, have had a cigar that was too young, and it just puts that bad taste in your mouth. You never get out of it, and then you're always wondering, if I go to grab another one, am I going to have that same experience through that stick?
You're going to be more critical on that stick.
Yeah, and it really is it's a hard hurdle to overcome once you've gotten that stigma.
I mean, especially nowadays, like, as Frank said, getting the facing in the retail store.
Yeah.
I mean, that's another thing. That's another hurdle that, people see, like at the show. See, that's why, again, I'm so happy that, we're doing the pavilion this year, next year with the boutique cigar, because I have my own booth. I've been there for 26 years. Still, I have people, they come by and they say, "Oh, we never heard about you." I said, "That's fine. Have you been to the shows?" They go, "Yes." And I've been to all these shows. I've been displayed at the front entrance. I've been displayed in the ads and everything. Oh, they go, "Oh, yeah. We heard, but we never had a smoke." Right. What's new? I said, "You haven't smoked it. Everything is new." Everything is new.
Great lines. True.
Yeah.
If you never had one, then everything would be new.
Yeah.
But what it is for me, Frank, Ronnie, for me, if I'm spending the money, this is where I'm kind of, I get frustrated or disappointed, not that much, but at least when you're coming to the show, you want to find a boutique line, spend time with the people, 15 minutes at least, smoke the cigars there.
Yes.
There. And
Yeah.
don't say, oh, give me one, I'll smoke it, which they don't. They won't remember.
No.
So at the conventions, I never give out cigars. I want them to be able to come and sit with me and smoke for 15 minutes.
Yes.
Right.
I'm very practical guy. I mean, very, practical that you don't expect everybody to like it, but at least you have 7-8 different lines. One of them is going to hit their taste.
Yes.
Right.
But they have
Yes.
to be honest to tell me what they like taste-wise, or not give me a label, and so that I would relate it with a label.
Yeah.
Because usually I tell them, when they tell me label, I said, don't give me labels. Tell me what you like as a taste.
Yes.
Well, exactly. Taste profile is everything. So now, when you started blending, your earliest memories about blending, has that changed for you from your early days to today? Like, do you see a lot of different types of fermentation styles, different types of techniques now that are being used?
Yes. I mean, it was a simple thing at the beginning. And when I was doing the first blending, what I did, I had always I'm going to tell you, it's a Que d'Orsay from the Cuban blend, which I liked, the Robusto size. I like that flavor. So I had that in my head, and that's how I was going by.
Yes.
Which I kind of achieved it, but I never proclaimed it. But because I would let people know that how smooth, mild, creamy cigar is.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So as we go the fermentation process, and I was fortunate enough, I spent a week in Costa Rica with what was his name? I can't remember. He used to work for Generous Cigars. He was the horticulturist. And I spent with him how he was planting those tobacco seeds, different facing of the mountain on the fields, the fermentation process. I mean, I saw all the process. It was amazing. It was amazing. At the same time, we were tasting cigars to see that, they were saying that, oh, the very strong cigar. And we're trying to find out, okay, it's a strong cigar. But then once we smoked the cigars and we opened the third one, we saw that the ligero was in the beginning and there was nothing after that. So if it's strong cigar at the beginning, then what it does to you, now let me take the cigar hat with the medical hat.
Yeah.
What it does, it numbs your tongue.
Oh,
So now you're not feeling anything.
Right.
So kind of process. And I've seen that. And every time I go in the Dominican now, I learn about the fermentation process and the curing process. And people are getting more into the freezing process before they ship to the States, which is good because, a lot of people, they tell me, oh, your cigars are, I'm an old school guy. And they tell me, okay, they're kind of rough. I said, no, because I keep them at 68 degrees.
Yeah.
Below temperature. I want to keep them cool so that once it gets there, it has to relax. And that's why I put a card in the shipment that, it says we keep our cigars at this temperature. You have to let it go because, it has to open up because we're trying to prevent any, insects to come out.
Yeah. Right.
Leaf bugs for sure.
Yeah.
Beetles. Yeah.
Beetles. The leaf
Beetles.
bugs.
The leaf bug. There's a Ronnieism.
The leaf bug.
The leaf
The
bug.
leaf bugs.
The leaf bug.
Well, I don't want to. I like the Beatles, so I want. I don't want to mention.
He
them.
likes the Beatles, but not the Beatles that are in cigar leaf.
Not cigars. No,
Not
I'm
the
not.
Beatles in the cigar.
Paul's my favorite, then John, George, and Ringo. So you basically 26 years in. Have you changed? How many times have you changed factories, or have you been pretty loyal twice?
This
Okay,
is the second.
this is the second one.
Second
Okay.
one, I've been loyal because I knew this guy when I did reblending of the blue when I got away from Sergio because that's where I started.
Right.
But I knew this guy and we befriended with Milton for 25 years.
Nice.
And never one day told me to do my cigars with him.
Okay.
But we were friends. Every time I had to do a new blend, we used to get at Gran Almirante when you could smoke in the freaking room at that time. So we used to smoke. Now you have to go on a patio outside, not even the swing. It's a lot of regulation now.
Yes.
And we used to like talk about tobacco and compare notes about the tasting, what I was trying to achieve, what I have to do. And every time, as I said, I learned something new. And everybody there's no magic. It's like, it's something every time I'm a kid in a toy store. I see a new toy and I'm very excited.
Right.
And the passion and excitement never died.
Right. I think what's amazing about cigar blending and flavor profiles of cigars is there are thousands of combinations. It's endless, actually.
Exactly.
The combination. So that's where the creativity lives for someone like yourself and other master blenders, is they have that ability to say, okay, this is the flavor profile I want to achieve. These are the tobaccos that I can use to get there. And now tobaccos are being grown really everywhere. So you have access to some of the finest tobacco from around the world. I mean, they're growing tobacco everywhere. Italy, everywhere.
Everywhere.
Wherever weed grows, you got tobacco.
The thing is, it's how they have to kind of merge together. They have to kind of able to it's like you can't have a water and oil, they're not going to mix.
Right.
So you're going to find that, they're going to blend together well. So that's why when I try to get with Milton to try to do a blend, we take the raw tobacco, the filler, we smell it first, then we chew it and see which one we want to put them together. Or sometimes we goof and takes time to do it. It doesn't come overnight. We're not a magician. One thing it's going to take care. And we go through a process to do it.
Right.
And once we get that down with the filler, then we can find the binder that is going to burn at the same time as the filler does.
Right.
The burning process.
Exactly.
Once we achieve that, then you have to find which wrapper, which you get 40% of the taste of the cigar, it's going to be blending together and it's going to kind of burn together, because we don't want to have a hollow cigars. We don't going to have a pointy cigars.
Right. I think
that's all science, what you just talked about. It's not easy. You definitely have to work at it, and a lot of mistakes. Absolutely.
If the combustion is off, you're going to have a cigar that's going to canoe all over the place, and not going to be very nice for anybody.
That's what it is. I mean, again, it's I'm so happy to be in the industry, because it was like after finishing medical school, passing part 1, I woke up one day, I said to my wife, I'm not going to go to work. I was doing the cigars, by the way, for 3 years.
That's right.
And he goes, why? You went 4 years away from us. You passed part 1. You have 1 more to go. You can do your residency. I said, then it's work for me. I'm passionate about chiropractic. I'm passionate with the cigar. So I wake up every morning, like this morning at 6:30. I had my coffee ready with my blue Robusto cigars. I lit it. I got a text from a patient. I'm dying, at my low back hurts. Can you see me? I said, can you come at 7:30? At least let me finish my cigar. I didn't tell her that, but I said, he goes, no, I'm dying. I need a favor. I want you to get me out of the pain. I said, okay, I'll come. So at 6:30, I was here working. In between, at 10 o'clock, a liquor store, a friend of mine that he goes, Garo, I need a box of cigars. Like 15 minutes ago. I had 11 o'clock patient, but I had an hour. So I drove it. It keeps me busy.
Yeah.
But it's not work. It's not work.
It's not work. It's your
love.
passion and what you do both.
I get too much excited. I love it.
When you love something, it's never work.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You do something you love, you never work a day in your life.
Yep. When you said, Ronnie, the trip that I do every month, like Gabby asked me, a lot of people there. I said, because I don't see that. I make it fun.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yes. Yes.
Even during the pandemics, when I went, everybody was, sour faced with their mask and so forth. I still made fun.
Right.
Because what it is,
Yes.
if you don't make fun, it's going to become harder. Because the
Yes.
hours that I go, it's midnight or early morning to catch up my connection to Dominican.
Right.
Okay.
So you get to sleep on the way too. Well, you're probably so fired up anyway, you don't sleep. Well, it's true. So, if we got people listening right now, and on the next question, I know Bruce Stark is dying to know, how can people get your cigars if a local retailer or brick and mortar doesn't have
Well,
it?
if they don't have it, they can go to GaroCigars.com. We have samplers back there. We have weekenders there. So they can try it. They can sample it. And if they like it, they can go and tell their retailers, tobacconists, that, they should,
Get 'em.
ask for samples.
Yes.
Right.
Beautiful, beautiful. And how many cigars do you have in your line right now? And then we'll talk about the 25th anniversary coming up.
We have about 10 different lines, 10 different blends, total of 30 vitolas.
Wow.
From the
Nice.
medium to full body to mild.
Right.
And that's why I ask people from different ring gauge up to 64. But that's why I ask people, what do you like?
Yes.
Tell me your taste bud. And that was my main thing that, we're successful in Vietnam. When I went the first time and they were smoking, I said, what are you guys smoking? They start going Bihaika. I said, what Bihaika? Then I found out it's Behike. But
The
then
IE.
I had a translator with me, and I said, okay, tell them, let them not give me a brand name. What would they like to taste? So that I would get them the blend that I have that correspond to their taste. And we were very successful. Then they start seeing how the culture of the cigar is going. It's not about the label. It's about the taste that you have. And again, I do the same thing, Ronnie, about when I do the conventions. They go, what's the blend? I said, I'm not going to give you the blend. I want you to smoke the cigars, inch and a half. Then we have something to talk.
Right.
Because if I give you a blend and bullshit you, which is common, well, I bullshit you, and then you're going to think about that blend.
Right.
And that's how we're going to come, so that you won't, disrespect me. Yeah, I get the hint of the chocolatey and nutty. Where the heck they come up with this taste, I don't know, but it's a tobacco. Nobody has any coffee in it, or nobody has a hazelnut. It's earthy. You know what I'm saying? It's, bold. I mean, the old lingo of the tobacco was much better than the new one.
Well, they break it down to every single apricot and, everything's going on in there.
I'm a traditionalist, so.
That's interesting. It is, because we have heard a lot of reviews and people trying to explain what they're tasting and all of that. And yes, you are old school, no question about it. We have one of our listeners, Chris, wants to know. Well, Chris, thank you. I was going to ask a nice question, and you say Ronnie loves the bullshit. Thank you, Chris. I appreciate that. But Chris would like to know, what is any full body figurados?
I mean, it depends again. What I have, or generally what we have, the figurado, the torpedo. You mean, or he wants the Solomon. He wants the torpedo kind of figurado. We have the 20th anniversary, which is a full body.
Okay,
Nice.
good.
Nice.
So there you go, Chris. 20th
There you go. Order now.
Get them
full
now.
body. So you have that in the sampler pack?
The samplers pack has in it one.
Okay, gotcha.
Out
There you
of
go.
10, you have 6 in the samplers pack.
Gotcha.
Oh.
Very good. Very good. And
You guys got it. I remember the first time in Martinsville.
Okay.
Yes.
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 Yes, it was 2 years ago. Absolutely. That's good, because this is my last Garo, so I have to get some more from you.
I promise you guys, I'm going to send you. That's it. I admit it. But you know what? You get tired sometimes. I'm human too.
Yes.
Oh, that's okay. That's all right. No problem. It's all good.
I never covered anything. I admit transparency is the best thing.
Exactly.
Even in my chiropractic practice, I do the same thing. If I can help them, I will tell them. If I cannot help them, I will tell them from day one.
Right.
Well, you
You're
should, because
outside of my
again,
help.
yeah, I mean, people want to know the truth, even though some people can't handle
You
the
can't
truth.
handle the truth.
I was going there right away. But it's true. Be honest with them. One thing I like what you said, Garo, especially at the PCA, because I went there, I saw you and all. It's very smart marketing by not just going to give a cigar. And because a lot of people, they go there, they try to go to every single booth and collect cigars from everybody. And that's like their main goal. And they don't have a chance to
You know
sit
what I
there
call
and
those people? The
freeloaders.
Costco samplers.
Costco samplers. There you go.
That's all they are.
But what you do, though, is really smart. Instead of letting them go or giving them a cigar, you're right. You offer them to stay there and just smoke 15 minutes with you.
That's it.
But what you're creating is that personal touch. So when that person smokes with you, they now can go say, you know what? Hey, I smoked a cigar with Dr. Garo, a cigar with Dr. Garo.
Whoa.
And
You better have another drink.
I'm going to drink because I want to drink.
Cigarettes.
Oh,
when did we
God.
become a cigarette show? Oh, come on.
Oh my God. Well, Bruce Stark is going down right
But
now.
he meant Lanceros.
Yeah, okay. Jessos, Lanceros. But
that's better.
You like that? All right. Bruce, you don't have to answer. But it's smart because you're creating a personal touch, and that person is now going to feel more, let's say, a friendship and a loyalty, and say, I'm going to get this cigar. And I think you would make a better sale than having that guy go away, get nothing out of it, because he's got nothing to relate it to. They're going to sit there and say, oh, what Garo? I never had this before, but it's smart. It's smart. You're not wasting product, number one, because a lot of companies can do that. And as a boutique cigar, we shouldn't have to do that. I mean, educate.
People, they have to realize when we go to the show, we spend money.
Yeah,
yep.
A lot
Nothing
of it.
is free. At least have come. I mean, people, they go by, they just even say hi. That's okay.
Yeah.
You're there because we're in the same business. It's a small family. Say hi. You may never know. You never say to we have a saying in Armenian, you never say to the source of water you're having, you say, I'm never going to drink from the source.
Right.
I'm going to have, you may never know. One day you might go to the source and drink water.
Yeah.
So it's like at the show, like it's kind of disappointing when you see people going back. You're in the same industry. At least come by, say hi. That's it. You don't have to.
Yeah.
Interact with the retailers. Those people paid money. They're there to be seen. At least acknowledge them.
Right.
They're relevant.
Well, I mean, it's just like 2 years ago when we walked through the PCA, we came across the booth of the guys from Haiti, and we had one of their sticks. Never had Haitian tobacco in all our lives. We just started talking to them a little bit and got to smoke one of their sticks, and we were all blown away by what they produce. Now,
I mean, you may never know. You may never know what a small company can do. I mean, don't miss the bus. Try it. I tell everybody, yes, smoke Garo. I tell them, but if you want to be an aficionado, if you want to be like as knowledgeable as I am or the people that they smoke, you have to try different cigars. But you have to give at least the company that you're smoking the first time, give them a chance 4 or 5 times. Because since it's handmade, you don't know if it's made in the morning or it's made at night, in the afternoon. Because if it's made in the morning, maybe it's nice. In the afternoon, they're tight. It's going to be maybe tight or loose. But you cannot judge only having one-time cigar.
Exactly.
And the other thing I asked them, the people that they taste, any cigars, I will tell them in general, if a cigar that you're smoking, it's not to your taste buds, please take the label off, throw it somewhere else, and leave the cigar as is.
Right.
Because now you're not influencing anyone.
Right.
So this way, at least you're giving respect to the guy who made those cigars, and maybe somebody would really like that cigar.
Right. Yeah.
You're 100% true. When you get rid of a cigar, you should always pull the label. So it's laying in an ashtray. Someone says, "Oh, they recognize that." Oh, wow, what's up with that? Because you're influencing that person.
The way they do it.
Oh, the PCA is disgusting.
It really kills me because for me it goes back again. Respect to the guys that they're working in the fields.
Yes.
The people that they put the seeds. the flowering, the planting, the pruning, all these things, it takes a lot of hands. Just don't do it. Don't make a scene that you didn't like that cigar. Take the band off. Maybe somebody else would like, because somebody over there in the fields, they're going to make money. They're living.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
100% right. We're going to get back to you in a second. We're going to go to our sponsor break. But when we come back, we'll talk a little bit more about that and your new blends that are coming out. And basically, let's have some more fun. And a lot of people have a lot of questions. So we'll be looking on the Facebook page. This is their chance to throw some questions out at you to learn a little bit more and promote more. All right, Garo. So we'll be right back. We're going to go to our sponsors and we'll come back with a bunch of questions for you. Okay? All right. Take it away, Frank.
This industry is steeped in family and tradition. There's generational stuff, and I see it over and over, and yet I didn't come from that. Being the outsider looking in, I got to ask all the silly questions, and people were very accepting to want to give me all the right answers. I'm very thankful for those people who kind of allowed me to come in. Now with Alec and Bradley in the business, to have our company become generational, that's pretty cool.
Welcome to GTO Dominican Cigars, a boutique cigar company that artfully blends and creates some of the finest handmade puros from the Cibao Valley in the Dominican Republic. We are fourth-generation manufacturers and growers of tobacco with over 140 years of experience, offering a variety of styles, blends, and strengths. Mild, medium plus, and full-bodied. We would truly consider it an honor for you to experience our cigars. Those who know smoke GTO.
Before you light your next cigar, be sure to check out Cigar Medics, the makers of the patent-approved humidimeter. The humidimeter is a tool designed to display the relative humidity inside your cigar. With this device, there's no more guessing. Simply insert the probes into the foot or cap of your cigar, and you can instantly know if your cigar is ready to be smoked. Buy now on cigarmedics.com and see site for other cigar accessories. With the humidimeter, you'll know when to hold them and know when to smoke them.
Years in the making, the Chief cigar was born, blended, boxed, and released to market on June 26, 2015. This cigar was developed by former fire chief, firefighter, cigar aficionado Ken Dorbecker, and has grown into a signature firehouse cigar line. Including, of course, the Chief, a Nicaraguan Habano blend, Proby, a Connecticut Shade blend, All Hands, a Maduro Mexican San Andreas box press, and the brand new Fire Pole, a beautifully crafted San Andreas Habano barber pole. Join the Chief family and make us part of your humidor.
RnA Treasures, out of Tampa Bay, Florida. The last of a legacy. The last of an inventory of Thomas Cristiano in a warehouse where everything is aged and well kept for all your pipe and smoking needs.
And we are back.
Welcome back, everybody. Hit the share button. Plenty more to go here with Dr. Garo and Garo Cigars. And again, Garo, I hope we're not biting into your dinner time just yet.
No, not yet.
I know the wife will be calling you soon.
It wasn't buzzing, so.
All right. Just tell the wrong number when she does call. That's all. So anyway, as far as your distribution, how are you getting out there, or do you have any events? So you do all your own events, or do you have any sales reps out there for you? How are you getting your name out there after 26 years or 25 now?
I have a couple of events in the past. It used to be a one-man show. I used to call at the first 2 years my wife helped me. We used to call cold calls and then visit them.
Yeah.
And then we met them at the shows. I put them in a list where I have to go between Pennsylvania and New Jersey, hopping the plane, doing events. And when the boom went down, the first guy who get axed is the small guys that like me, and you get axed. And
Okay.
after that, it was a struggle. But as I said, since you have the passion, whatever, even you sell $1 a month, you
Yeah.
keep going because you're doing it for you. You're enjoying what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
But what it
Right.
is, the persistency and determination brought me up to here. I have a couple of salespeople, and they do, plan events. They do events, and I go do events, the conventions. I mean, whoever is want to do event, we're ready. We try to cater for them
Mm-hmm.
because we don't have the attitude saying that you have to buy this much cigar so that I would show up. I said that's fine as long as we can do this event successful.
Yeah.
Because my thing is with them trade-off, it would be not the amount of cigar they take, but whatever we do at the event night, being proactive the way we are doing, let them continue after we're gone. So
Right.
this way they won't say it didn't sell.
Mhm.
Because you
Yes.
have, I don't know, you guys remember when when the tinder boxes were around.
Sure.
And they were tobacconists. I used to go there even though I didn't smoke none of their stick.
Mhm.
And I used to go and talk with the guys about 45 an hour that about tobacco in general. They were tobacconists.
Right.
They knew about the tobacco. They didn't. It's like this is a new thing. Have it in your mouth and smoke it.
Yeah.
So this is what I trade with them, and everywhere that we went, as you said, personal touch with the retailers, we've seen that it's been more successful and continuous. Because I've tried it with a new cigar store, I've tried it with an old cigar store, I tried it a couple of year-old cigar stores. And we implemented the same theory. It worked. The cigar sells itself.
Right.
Nice.
But
Nice.
they did their work at the beginning. They
Right.
smoked it. They know what the cigar is. And the service that we give behind it, we stand behind it. As I told you, because they get plugged and so forth. I tell them, listen, take and give them another one. So this way they don't get left out. And I don't want you to lose money. Send it back to me. I would reimburse you for every cigar you send me. I'll give you 2.
Oh.
So this way you won't lose money.
Okay. Yeah.
Right.
I mean, I try to service them because remember with my chiropractor, I'm a service-oriented person.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
My life. So I like to service. At the end, you'll make the difference in the long run, but you have to work yourself, letting you know, okay, this guy gives service. It's not a corporate guy. He's not, when you call my cell, I'll answer. When you call my phone in the office, I'll answer it because you know what? I like to do what I like to do. Now I have a couple of salespeople. My son helps me with my social media. I asked him to be on with me tonight, but having like at nights he's not sleeping because the kid is not
The
sleeping.
baby.
Oh,
The
yeah,
baby.
yeah,
How is your son and the new baby coming along?
Oh, that's what it is. Like 6 weeks old now.
Wow.
Congratulations, Grandpa.
Yeah. Grandpa.
That's nice.
Yeah. And, it's and you see that, like what Garo was saying, that you see that in this industry, a lot of the smaller boutique cigar companies out there, the actual owners are going to answer your calls. If you
Right.
have a question or anything and you call them, they're the ones that are going to answer and pick up the phone and talk to you. They're, because these are the guys that are the most passionate about their product, their system. They want to make sure that you're getting the right information and not getting something wrong that somebody else may have heard from somebody else.
Right. No, I agree. Yeah. I mean, and you're not the only one, Garo. We know we have a lot of our same friends together in the boutique industry. And, people, I think, they make a call and actually talking to the owner, the blender and everything. That's is volumes to somebody, man. That's awesome. It's not like you can call one of the big guys and you don't know who you're going to get. But calling you and you get to talk to them personally, again, it's a great marketing deal that you're handling these calls personally and you're actually able to hear your customers and consumers, what they have to say. And I think, again, that just adds a little more of that personal touch where you're going to gain that a little more loyalty. And your 2-for-1 return or whatever the return number is, that again, you're speaking volume. I mean, again, 25 years in the business, you have been around, you've learned, and in the service industry, like you said, people enjoy that. I mean, that's
better than a guarantee on a box. I can tell you that. You know,
Absolutely.
I mean,
for sure.
That's going back to the old school, handshake deals. So that, that's how it works.
I keep telling people, if they haven't. See, the thing is really kind of boggles me that maybe you guys enlighten me. Like after being in 25 years, like people, they go by, they've seen, doesn't kind of, like open up that, their excitement. Like, let's talk to this guy. He's been there for 25 years. He must be doing something right that he's existed. You know what? It's like,
Whoa.
I think there must be maybe we're having a.
I think Florida's going to fall apart here soon.
Helicopter.
Wow.
It sounded like a chopper.
Was that the sirens going by you too? Maybe they're searching.
I don't know what's going on.
That was loud.
That was loud. We have a question from Chris. He asks, "Do you pair your cigars with any whiskeys or bourbons?"
Well, we do that. We've done that, and we're doing one Thursday with the box press and the bourbon.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
you got a show coming up, I saw, on the 10th.
Yeah, I have two.
Okay.
See, my son is taking care of the California one,
Okay.
and I'm flying to Arizona to take care of the other.
Oh, good for
Beautiful.
you. Excellent.
Beautiful.
Excellent.
That's excellent. And the other question is, basically, how many cigars do you say you smoke a day when you're not healing someone's body?
Between 4 to 6.
Oh, there you
Okay.
go.
All right.
Nice.
So you're really getting
But,
good
it's like theoretically, but actually, practically once a month, whoever is listening.
So we have our
also-
friend Joey G wants to know what bourbon he wants to know,
which
'cause
bourbon?
he
Which
likes
bourbon is are you pairing on the 10th?
I don't know because Harwood kind of did the thing. Harwood made the deal with them.
Okay.
Tasted the bourbon, and I don't know, to be honest. But I'm
Well,
sure
good.
it's on my Facebook. I can.
Yeah, you did. You
Yeah.
have things
Yes.
around there, but I don't
Okay,
remember
so
the names
Joey
either.
G, check out his Facebook.
Yeah, there
Stop
you go.
asking questions. You
You
should
chooch.
know.
Joey G is our master liquor specialist, as you
Didn't
can
want to
see.
take you 2 minutes to go to your Facebook.
Whoa.
So what Joey G is doing, especially in 2023, we're going to bring him on once a month now and pair with one of our sponsors. So we're going to get you back there, and he's going to figure out what cigar is going to work best with the alcohol of choice that he comes up with, so we can pair it, have you on the show, and then he's going to write a beautiful article on the
Maybe
pairing.
that
between
25th
yours.
anniversary cigar.
Yeah, I think that's what
yeah.
we should push. Talk a little bit about that 25th. What exactly are we looking at? Again, we don't want to know the
Yeah,
secret
20
sauce,
I mean,
but
the 25th, even if you see like the kind of, we changed the label. 1 minute, please.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, that's all right. Take
Let
your
me
time.
get a close up and see if I see any of the magazines in the back there.
Easy now.
If you look at it,
Oh, beautiful.
Beautiful.
Oh, nice.
I mean, this is the label. These are the stickers, but the label, it looks like we made the labels more.
Very elegant. Yeah. Oh, there you go.
Very
Nice.
nice.
Very
Oh, yeah.
beautiful.
Oh,
Beautiful.
yeah, that's different.
Yeah,
That looks good.
We kept the silhouette and the Garo the same, but
Mhm.
we changed everything. I mean, the common thing about all the labels are the silhouette and the Garo, which is it gives it its consistency.
Right,
Nice.
right.
Nice.
That looks like a Connecticut shade wrapper.
No, that's the Habano.
Oh, it's a
because
Habano.
of the
Okay.
lighting. Yes, it's
Because of the
Habano.
lighting.
Okay.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
Ecuadorian Habano.
So what made you come up with the silhouette? Because everything you do has got the silhouette. Well, it's an interesting marketing.
I like it
deal in
because
that.
it looks like him.
Yeah, well, he's got the same hat and everything.
It must have been a photograph of you.
Well,
And
yeah,
then-
it was my photograph of me, so we make it into silhouette.
Perfect.
Nice. That's beautiful.
And I wanted something to be simple. Before, I had the fleur de lis or cutout.
Right.
And I used to have the blue, the green, the yellow. Then for the 10th anniversary, we had like, another label that, had the fleur-de-lis, but, it was circular. And then I decided when I had to rebrand, I had to come up with something simple.
Right.
Very simple, elegant, old school, so that, it will be like, if you see it, you will say it's Garo.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's what it is.
It's kind of like Cohiba, they kept it very simple. They never really changed from that, and it is what it is. If everyone, it's synonymous with the brand. So
everyone knows it's recognizable.
Yes.
Yeah.
Will that be a full body cigar or medium?
It's a full body cigars.
Good.
25th.
Yeah.
Bob's right up his alley. He loves the full body.
No, you'll be getting it, so don't worry. This mishap that I did, you guys are getting compensated.
It's all good. It's all good. Hey, we know you're busy. We know you're running around a lot. So again, don't even think twice about it. Just being on the show, we're happy to have you. And it's good. It's all good. We are looking forward for that.
I've also got a question for you, Garo. So out your factory, out of the DR, how many sticks are you guys producing a year? Like how much? What's your net out of the factories there?
About 500,000.
500,000 sticks
There
a
you
year.
go.
Nice.
very good.
Very good.
Beautiful.
Very good.
Beautiful.
We have to build up that sales force for you, buddy.
Well, see, I always said when I started the business, I said to my wife, the kids were young. I said, either I'm going to spend a lot of money. At that time, the big magazines, they wanted $60,000 to advertise. Then again, I'm going to go back. I'm a very traditionalist. I don't believe that, money should give me my ratings. People, they should smoke. For 60,000 spending on a magazine, for 60,000 worth of cigars, I rather give to the consumers to smoke it. I would get better return. Provided that the retailers they would do their job.
Yeah.
So,
let your reputation supersede you. And then everyone's talking, everyone's recommending. I mean, that's
usually what it is.
The best advertisement is the word of mouth. I mean,
that's what my practice is too. Word of mouth. Today I didn't have no patients in the morning because I had paperwork to do. Suddenly I had 7 patients coming in. They were hurt.
Yeah.
So
there, see.
Well, they know where to be taken care of.
Get your cigars nationwide.
Exactly.
Well, that's what I'm working, because that will give me a chance to leave the practice.
Right.
More active to do that. That's what it is. I mean, that's why a couple of us people were talking maybe to set up something in Florida. Let's see.
Well, of course.
Yeah.
This is the pulse of the industry right here.
This is where
from California to Florida. I think you'll enjoy the weather.
And
I'll be going to Dominican more often, so I'll stop by the Florida.
Exactly.
I want to make the center in Florida.
That's right. It's a lot closer here.
And then we have Chad here who says it best. I don't read magazines. I watch shows like this.
Thank you, Chad. Thank you. Awesome.
Thank you.
So there's your $60,000 paycheck right there.
Right there.
Everybody watches this show. This is how we promote everybody's cigars. We promote them on here. That's what it's all about. All right, let's hold on a little bit, and then we're going to go to our sponsors. And then I'm pretty sure you are familiar, Dr. Garo, with the segment called "Smoke the Chooch," and maybe that one of those sample packs to one of our winners tonight. And so this way, like Chad's been a winner, Larry's been a winner. We got a lot of winners.
Bruce is always
of course,
winning.
the Martian Bruce.
Let's try samplers.
There you go. There you go. Thank you.
Perfect.
All right.
you.
Let's go to our sponsors, Frank. We come back and we'll get ready for Smoke the Chooch.
At Norwood Royal Cigars, we have the biggest walk-in humidor in the Midwest. Our 1,500 square foot humidor is home to almost 4,000 different cigars that will meet the need of any cigar enthusiast. We have boutique blends to the more traditional selections and everything in between. From the novice beginner to the aficionado, the knowledgeable staff at NRC will find the perfect cigar for you. Located on the northwest side of Chicago, we want to be your shop for all your cigar wants and needs. As always, at Norwood Royal Cigars, light it, smoke it, love it.
Experience the magic of Rockefeller Cigars today. With 11 years steeped in tradition, passion, and mystery of the leaf, Rockefeller has a cigar just for you. Be like the greatest magicians and make Rockefeller cigars appear in your lineup with any of our 4 lines: the Nicaraguan, the Dominican Blue, the Vintage Gold, and our new LE, the Art of Magic.
Cigar in the Bottle is 2 palate-pleasing gifts in 1. A specially blended Grand Pommier XS VSOP cognac is elegantly contained in patented numbered bottles. Winner of back-to-back medals at the LA Spirits Awards, Cigar in the Bottle inventor Forbidden Johnny teams up with Vartan and Hendrik Kellner for this custom-blended Vartan Reserva cigar, well-preserved in a hand-blown glass chamber featuring Boveda 2-way humidification.
It all begins at the very first climate-controlled Rodriguez Olivan cigar factory located in the Dominican Republic. Our 2 major brands include Don Olivan, which are boutique cigars suited for that individual who takes great pride in something unique. BAMF is our armed forces cigars designed for that badass mother effer. Not only are you smoking a great premium cigar, a percentage of the proceeds is donated to our heroic men and women in uniform.
And we
Here
are
we back. Here you go. Anyway, so besides the 25th, any new plans other coming
Well,
up for
we came up
2023?
We came up with the Martinsville, the HGB, the San Andreas wrapper.
Okay.
Again, with the mix of Nicaraguan and the different Criollo 98 kind of mixture, which is again full body cigars.
Nice.
With the 3 lines. I'm sure you had the chance, Ronnie, to smoke the Lanceros.
Yes.
That
yes.
I gave you.
Amazing.
And we have the Robusto and the Churchill Toro in between sizes.
Nice.
Beautiful.
In
Beautiful.
box of 20, and the boxes are very natural, regular, cabinet boxes.
Oh,
Yeah, I have a question. Maybe you can answer this because you just mentioned a box of 20. What was the reason that it changed from the tradition 25 count? Why did it go to 20 and then 15,
Now they
10,
do 10s,
all these
yeah.
different numbers?
13, they do all kinds of numbers.
It was always a tradition, 25
Yeah.
cigars in a box.
Yeah, I agree with you. It was 25. That's how I started everything.
Yeah,
But
me
then
too.
after after the boom stopped, people they're not buying boxes. They want a box of 10s. Then some people in between the boom and the cigar boom and the fall of the cigar, they came up with the box of 20. Why? Because now if the 25, let's say I'm going to give you an example. If there is 25 cigars, I'm selling it for $125, let's say, or $100. And I make a box of 20, I'm selling you for $78.
Wow.
For them, they're buying a box at $78.
Yeah.
But they're not thinking that it is 20 cigars.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
That was a marketing genius that they were
Right.
doing it. Like it's a marketing kind of thing.
Mhm.
And then when the boom, bye-bye, and people, they wanted to have box of 5s, box of 10s. They're not buying boxes anymore. So they start becoming creative, and they did this. I mean, for my reasoning that I told you earlier, when I rebranded it, I did differently, 27, 18, just to make people forget the old Garo Habano line.
Yeah.
And this is it, because, this wasn't me. Even though it wasn't my mistake, but I took all the responsibility because it had my name on it.
Right.
But
Gotcha.
now I have to rectify. And
Gotcha.
to do that, I had to do a drastic change between the label and the blend and the factory and the way I represent.
Right.
Yep.
Well, Bruce, as you know, our wonderful Martian, he liked to say it's easier to split a box of 20 with a friend I'm not good at math at splitting 25.
You just cut that one cigar in half. Don't worry.
Yeah, you just cut it in half.
Bruce, I always split my cigars of 25. I get half, they get half. I'll get 13, they get 12.
Well, I call that the finder's fee, you know. So if I'm splitting it with you, I'm taking an extra one.
There's one other great thing that I was looking at Kyle because he's usually wearing it, but you have that wonderful cigar ring.
Oh yeah, I love the ring.
How about showing? If you could do a close up, folks. Listen, if you got to go on the website, it's a fantastic
Beautiful.
ring. It's got the silhouette, but it also has that little indentation to hold a cigar on there when you have to put it down. And it's awesome. It's a beautiful ring. It really is. Like we saw that 2 years ago, Garo, and it was like, wow, you know, I've got it up on my shelf, to be honest with you, because it's collector's items for me. But I mean, you know, people don't usually carry something around, or they'll put it on the end of a table and stuff. The ring, the idea, what was you know, how did you come up with that marketing genius?
Well, we had to do something to be unique. I mean, the idea was created that, you know, every time we go and I was putting the cigars on the table like this.
Right.
Yeah. You know, it's like it was rolled down and so forth. We need to have something to stand. And we came up with this idea. We were playing around, and suddenly we came the idea. I mean, we have it. The reason why we did, it came during the pandemics. Unfortunately, pandemics really threw me off later, and we couldn't present it as well. But after the bus left, so we had to do it individually, like, you know, going to the event, showing to the people. The idea was to present to the bigger companies to have it with their logo on it. Not only Garo, they can have their own logo. And they can give them to their customers. Because plus, if somebody wants individual, he wants their name on it, we can do it different colors, different metals, gold. I have one with the gold that my son-in-law did it. And you know, it's costly, but everybody's whatever they want, their ring size. I mean, you can do it. I mean, the sky is the limit of the imagination with the color combination, the design. Our idea was find a distributor that, you know, they would be able to cater that and take it to the big companies, show them they can do it in, you know, those ashtrays, plastic ashtrays, hard. You know, I mean, they can do it with that and then use it. You know, it would be cheaper to do it, give it away to their customers with their logo on it.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
But the ring is classy. It's awesome.
Did you patent?
Yes, we did patent it.
Okay.
We did patent it.
Yeah.
Those rings are now available in platinum and 24 karat gold.
Titanium.
It's up to you. Put in order.
Special order, Bob. No, but it really is. It's a wonderful, I'm going to use the word kind of gimmick, but it fits your finger. It looks good. It's a conversation piece.
It's a great
if you're a smoker, it works.
I'm
you don't have to carry it around. You can wear it. That's the nice thing. Yes. You wear it, and that's it.
I'm not going to boast about it. I think it's one of the best accessories that, you know, of the year. I mean, you know, not it's good because of mine, because it's something, it's practical. It's not, it's in your pocket. You know what I'm saying? It's not something you have to take the pocket and open it up and put the cigar. You're wearing it.
You're wearing it. Exactly.
When I got married, after a week, I took my rings off.
Yeah.
And she goes, why? Honey, when I adjust, it bothers me.
Yes.
Now, when we came with this ring and I'm using it every day, it doesn't bother you?
Yeah.
It's a cigar thing.
Well, I'm glad she's not listening.
I can tell you this: if I ever get married, I would use that as my wedding band.
Yeah, no. I mean, it really is an elegant ring, and no question about it. And I didn't know you had all those options that you can create those rings with. You know, I mean,
and having the patent is really key, because then you can really tailor it. Yeah, it's beautiful. The packaging is beautiful.
Yeah,
wonderful box.
It really is a beautiful package.
Beautiful
I mean, it
presentation.
presents like a ring in a box.
Exactly.
Beautiful
of jewelry.
presentation.
I mean, it's beautiful.
It's a great piece of jewelry. And again, if whoever can put on how we can get the Garo, people can order on Garo website and take a look at it, folks. It's really works. It's a fantastic idea, and it's a solid piece of jewelry. No question about it. You wear it almost all the time, and it just works. And no matter where you go, again, it becomes a conversation piece. It's a great marketing because it's got your silhouette on there, but it absolutely works. And, you know, you give it to your girlfriend too and hold it for you.
Let me show you what we have.
I like when he's going into the special vault.
Going into the vault.
Yeah, you're looking for that Playboy magazine, Frank.
See, we have this too. Like, you know, when I told you different design.
Oh, can you hold
Like
that up?
Piston.
Get a little bit closer. Oh.
And and now spin it. Oh, okay,
Oh,
got
okay.
It's like a piston.
Oh, it looks like
Oh,
a
yeah,
piston.
yeah.
Yes, it's got the
Oh,
ring.
yeah.
Awesome.
That's awesome. That's
Oh,
really
I
wow.
mean, you know,
Cool.
that's what I said when, you know, you can do any design on it. I mean, between those two lines, you can engrave it and do a color.
Right.
I mean, anything.
I'm going to need a new wedding ring soon.
Bruce is asking, is this on your website? Is the ring on the website?
It's on the site, but I think it's on the cigar. I mean, Harut created a different site. It's cigar holder ring.
Okay.
Cigar holder ring.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Actually, yes.
Play with the website. You will definitely find it.
Oh, there you go.
What's up?
Garo Cigar.
Okay,
Oh,
there you
it
go.
is.
It's right there, right on the front.
Ring.
It's absolutely gorgeous, no question about it. Do you
It
bring
is.
that a lot to your events? I would imagine.
Yes.
When you,
Yes.
right? Okay.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, at the Martinsville we had it. I ship them every time. I mean, everywhere I go.
Perfect.
Awesome.
All right.
Awesome.
Perfect.
All right. I think we got a lot of the questions out of the way. Hopefully, we answered all of that for everybody. So I guess what was
It's
that? Bob?
time.
It's time to play.
It's time to
It
play.
is that time to play.
It is
So
time to play.
The winner gets was it a 5-pack or a 6-pack?
5-pack.
Huh?
How many? What's in
The
the
There's 6 cigars in it.
6-pack?
Six cigars.
Nice.
It's like
Well,
a
like-
6-shooter.
Okay. Do you want me to show it to you guys?
Yeah,
Yeah.
let them look because I know Bruce is
People like
ready.
to see
Larry,
things.
Chris,
While he's going
Chad.
to do
Let's
that,
get
I'm
them
gonna-
salivating.
here we go.
There's Joey.
Here's Joe.
I like that. We gotta say that. Here's Joey.
And of course, this is brought to you by our
I had
friend Mr. David Blanco and Blanco Cigars. So it's time to play Smoke the
Smoke
Chooch.
the Chooch.
Let's see
that
the
pack.
sampler. Oh,
look at that.
beautiful.
Wow, look
In
at
the
that
box.
presentation,
In
folks.
the box.
That's not
Magnificent.
in a little
No, that's not a little-
humidipack. A humidipack.
Is
That
that what
is-
you're talking about
that is
giving
a
away
baggie.
tonight?
Yeah, that's what he's
That's
giving away.
it? Oh,
That's
God.
Very nice. Very
Wow, that is
beautiful.
awesome.
Beautiful.
All right,
think
guys.
Bruce is
Frank, you got to
already
make this a
geared up.
tough one,
It
okay?
has a humidification in it.
Comes with the Poveda.
Everybody's so excited. They're sending wow pictures, and look at that. Look at that love.
Bruce
and
has
all
got
that.
Siri, Alexa going, everything.
They got everything
He's
going.
waiting. He's got his hand on the red button.
Now,
All
Dr.
right.
Garo, during this segment, I always, since I'm I tend to be a
Pain in
history.
the ass.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Pain in the ass of history.
Wait a minute, now I gotta find my note because
Uh-oh.
it's in here. Don't worry,
Yeah.
there's no.
He's a historian.
Ruh-roh.
So we're going to ask the first few questions, and it's just basically for us four to answer.
Made
We
you look.
also made you look, indeed. But you're gonna be, our audience also answers anyway. Just have fun. I guess they're getting their fingers ready to type in the right
ready.
answer.
They have to get ready.
Yeah.
So, Dr. Garo, please feel free to answer if you think you may know the answer. So, there are no wrong answers. There's only bad answers.
There's Joey G answers.
And there's Joey G answers.
And yes, Bruce, I want to play. Unfortunately, I can't win.
They can't.
I just got to order it myself because I had that sampler, and I'm telling you, folks, it's unbelievable. Well worth it. Well worth it. If you don't win tonight, folks, just order it anyway. I guarantee you're going to love it, and you're going to find one of those are definitely going to fit your palate, if not all of them. And you can order those separately.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. So our first question: on this date in history, back in 1960, this youngest senator is elected president.
Kennedy.
Yes,
Kennedy.
he is.
Very good,
Yeah,
Bob.
that was a giveaway.
Come
Come on.
That's easy.
Hey,
That was easy.
I like to start off easy. You see, Dr. Garo, it gives them good confidence.
Yeah.
You know, when they do that.
I see where you're going. I see where you're going.
You see where I'm going? Because then I throw in all of the things that they wish that they could answer. You know. So on this date in history, this bill.
What's the date?
On this date in history today, in
What year? What year?
1933. 1933.
right.
The Civil Works Administration creates how many additional jobs for unemployeds by doing how many jobs did they create by actually
doing
putting $400 million of public works funds?
I'd like to say the post office, but you know, they public rip us off.
It was actually President Franklin Delano Roosevelt created this in order to create that many new jobs because a lot of people were unemployed, even back in 1933. Because remember, we're just right there's the Depression, so he needed to pump money into the system to get people out there working public works jobs. So probably a lot of roads, rail, all of those
civil engineering jobs. Exactly. What we got there?
Yeah.
But how many? He's looking for how many?
There was 4 million jobs that were created.
Bruce had it. Bruce had the 4
million jobs.
There you go. Bruce is practicing.
It was $400 million that was allocated, and it created 4 million jobs.
Nice.
Which is pretty impressive.
Back then, yeah, that's a lot.
Exactly. Okay. On this date in history, in 1939, folks, 1939, Johann Georg Elser plants a bomb in which this person was due to give a speech.
Hitler.
Yes.
Yeah, that was an assassination on him.
It was an assassination attempt.
Yep.
But Hitler actually left and in
the room.
8 minutes, and then 8 minutes later
it went off.
It went off and killed 8 people and killed and injured dozens of others. So 8 minutes. In 8 minutes, just think if that bomb detonated 8 minutes sooner,
changed the course of
it would
history.
have changed the course of history.
Yep.
Timing is everything, folks.
Sure is.
Absolutely.
That's just like the chooch. Timing is everything.
Yep.
You got to be first to win.
Yeah.
Remember that. I'll give you guys one more.
Made you look.
All right. That's too tough. You'll never get that one.
Oh, boy.
Oh, wow.
I'll go to this one. Yeah. I'm like, what am I trying to do here? All right.
He doesn't want to make any choo-choos.
In 2012, this war ended after 20 years after the European Union and 10 Latin American countries came to an agreement that would end 8 different WTO cases. What was this war called?
2012.
Desert Storm.
2012.
Desert Storm.
Desert Storm. That's why we call this chooch. That's a chooch right there.
That's a Joey G.
I mean, no, it was called the Banana War, folks. It was called the Banana War.
Not know that one.
Because it was over bananas. It was
you go.
over bananas because
People went
they were
bananas over
they
that.
went bananas, believe it, because of the tariffs that were placed by the Latin American countries to Europe. So they went basically Europe went to war,
Interesting.
meaning that they were
Sure.
pissed and they started saying, "Hey,
Interesting. Very good, Frank. That was a good one.
That's a good thing I wasn't involved with that. I'm allergic
Yes, we
to
have
bananas.
no bananas.
anytime, folks. It's that time." Kyle,
All right.
are you ready?
Let's
We're
hit
ready,
it.
man.
Let's do it.
This is
And
for
you
the
know-
sampler pack, folks. You got to get this one. Let's go.
Let's
The one
do it.
thing about me and getting a question for the audience to answer, it usually revolves around our guest. So this question revolves around our guest. That's a clue.
Ooh.
All right, it's a clue. So here we go. In what year did the first chiropractic patient receive treatment?
Okay, very nice. And no, Bruce, it was the monkeys did win that war. We know.
Teresa, 1932. You're off. that's a true chess. type of answer. I'm sorry, but that's well wrong.
John Harper, Dr. Garo, my man.
1846. No. 1971. Chris, what are you, crazy?
1971.
Oh, look at Bruce. Bruce was doing his homework, possibly.
Always.
Could the answer be 1895? 1895. Dr. Garo, do you think that could be the correct answer?
Yes.
1895. folks. The correct answer is Mr. Bruce Stark, of course.
Once again.
He had,
that's why he didn't order yet, because he was going to try to win, and now he lost the sale.
Because
So,
in
Bruce,
1890, Andrew Steele did on the other side of the river in Kansas. So he created the the osteopathic school, saying that the artery is the major vessels of the body. That's how we live, and manipulation.
Right.
In 1895, Didi Palmer, he adjusted Lily Harvey, the janitor, adjusting his hearing came out, and he said the nervous system is the main control of the body and the manipulation.
There it is.
Wow.
And that was the time.
Awesome.
Wow.
There you go.
Interesting.
Wow. Bruce says, I love my chiropractor. He lets me drive his Mercedes because I make so many payments on it. Oh, Bruce. Yes.
I had a patient today. He walked in. Do you need a godfather for this office? Why?
Oh.
I've been coming and paying you too much, so I'm your godfather.
But you let him walk out good each and every single time.
That's why he's
that's
coming.
good. Congratulations, Bruce.
Yes.
Bruce, let me ask you, being that you're paying attention, do you want to just PM Dr. Garo your address, or do you want me to just send Dr.
Whenever
Garo?
you
You can
guys
send that.
send me the address, I will ship it.
Beautiful.
There you go.
Perfect.
Garo, again, we thank you so much for your time. I know the wife has definitely got dinner ready for you, because I know your timing already as is. But thank you. Honestly, thank you so much. Thanks for everything you've done. And it's been a pleasure. And I am honored to call you a friend. And I know I talk to you every Wednesday anyway, but that's all good. Except when you're in the Dominican Republic. Very bad reception now.
Very bad reception. Very bad reception.
But that's all right. It's all good.
I won't give you the explanation, but very bad reception.
Bad reception.
And if you ask any question, I will take the fifth.
And what are we drinking now? So anyway,
Thank you so much.
congratulations on the grandchild again. Say
Thank you
hello to
very
your
much,
son,
guys.
and thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
Appreciate it.
Yes.
So
Yes.
we'll let you
Thank
go
you
and eat.
very much.
And for the rest of you guys, thank you so much for joining us. Congratulations, Bruce, and we'll see you all next Tuesday night on a regular show.
No.
But this Saturday, Kyle
see
and
him.
I are doing a special show at our sponsor and friend Vic Shore at Norwood Royal
Nowhere.
Nowhere. Nowhereville.
Nowhere,
man.
And we'll be with Joey G and the rest of the friends.
And-
So a special show, 5
And a
o'clock
special
Central
guest, Oscar.
Oscar Valladares will be
Valladares.
there.
Daris is
Will
going to
be-
be on
He
our
couldn't
show
pronounce his
also.
name, Kyle.
I was
So
going to say Oscar De Laurentiis.
Oscar De Laurentiis. Yeah.
Saturday, back here on Tuesday. From all of us to all of you, Keep them
Good night,
smoking.
everybody.
Take care, everybody. Good night. Bye, Garo.
2018.
Oh, that was the wrong one.
Whoa.
Hello.
Wrong one.
Many of the cigar brands that we make, they're antique, historic cigar brands. They've been made on and off for about 100 years.
When you're smoking Toscano, you're smoking 206 years of history.
The Italians are here.
We're here. For some reason, we're finding a lot of Italians on this show.
Listen, I'm a Jersey guy.
Hey,
so,
hey, we won't hold that against you. We invented this we want to give people the opportunity to smoke the cigar at the optimal level.
The Chooch cigar.
Can you believe it?
The Blanco 9 Chooch.
¿Cómo va? ¿Está bien?
¿Qué dice? ¿Cómo está?
Finally, I can answer the question. Anything new?
Yeah.
And we have some cool new stuff from Olivan.
This is a passion for me. It's not a job.
Your love and passion for this is,
I love it.
unbelievable.
That's why we can make pipes out of this variety of corn.
11 years ago, I went back. I bought the rights to everything La Polina.
Sure, it's family.
And restarted the brand again as a tribute to my grandfather.
It's nice because you get to see a lot of your friends. You got to remember, I've been doing this for 30 years, so a lot of these people are like family.
Build a platform where we could celebrate boutique cigars.
Leave Starlight House blend for one store in Pennsylvania.
Wow.
Join forces of pipe tobacco and
superheroes.
I always look forward to the Super Bowl events, and I always looked at the trade show as just one of those things.
We're not just selling cigars. We try to live our lives, and we use this as a means to share our stories and to really create community.
Hold on, man. Wow, that was... Wow, man. You got me.
Tell my brothers to line them up. We'll drink that whiskey from those old dirty cups. We'll toast to the present, the future, and the past. This ain't my first drink, but I sure it ain't my last. 'Cause this world is so beautiful. I see its love come shining through. This world is so beautiful. I see its love come shining.